Hello guys, welcome to the second part of this course. In this part we're going to be looking at how to get a domain name and also an hosting plan. In order to get a domain name and hosting plan, you need what we refer to as the server. Now the server is the one that provides you with the domain name and the hosting plan, so you have to get a very good server that can enable you to purchase these two things that you need for your website. Note, these are the first two things you need to do before you can start building up a website: your domain name and your hosting plan. And I explained in the other video that domain name is your website name, which is the URL address for your website. So that is what domain name is all about. Then hosting means the storage. Every website has its own data and graphics and all of that, and this data are to be stored. Where it is stored is where we refer to as the hosting. The server, the reason why server is required for all of this is because the server is the one that hosts this website, and they help you to store your data in their server. So you need a server to be able to process all of these for your website to be ready. Now we're going to jump into the course properly, and there are a lot of servers out there. There are a lot of servers out there that you can use to start hosting your website. There are a lot of them, but I'm going to refer you to just 3 servers that you can use in the course of this training. 3 servers that I know that are very good and reliable to use, and one of them is Bluehost. Bluehost is an international server that enables you to purchase a domain name and at the same time to host your website. Now it is number one. I am certain about that it is number one server currently in the whole wide world. So it is trusted and it is reliable, and trust me, they are fast. One thing you need to consider in choosing a server is how fast they are. There are some websites you log into today and you see that they are very slow, not because the information in that website is too much, but because of the fact that the server that is hosting their website is not okay, or maybe they're having a slow server system. So that's why you see some websites are quite slow to load. But if you use website servers like Bluehost, you are going, trust me, you're going to have a well built website, and you're not going to have issues with your website. The second one you should know is Namecheap. Namecheap, one of the reasons why I usually don't use Namecheap is because Namecheap possibly only, not that it's only, but it's basically for purchasing a domain name. Does not really work fine with me when it comes to hosting a website. So you purchase a domain name with Namecheap, and then maybe you can go to Bluehost to host your website. But instead of going to Namecheap, I prefer you stick with Bluehost, so that maybe you purchase your domain name, you can also host your website using that same Bluehost. The third one I would recommend is our number one Nigeria hosting server, which is Hugohost. Hugohost is a Nigeria server, and trust me, it is something I've used in a couple of times and they have served me well. Hugohost is a server that helps you to purchase a domain name and also host your domain name, so you don't have to transfer your domain name to another server to host. They also do perfect hosting for you. So Hugohost is another platform, another server that you can use to host your domain name. So in the course of this video, we're going to be using Hugohost for our training, since the Nigeria server. So we're going to use Hugohost for our training. So let's see how it is. Hugohost, hugohost.ng. I'm just going to give a demonstrating part of it here, so that you know how it is followed. So this is the screen part of the Hugohost. Make sure you log into hugohost.ng. This is what you're going to see. Now what is showing you here is search for a domain name, which means you have to search for a particular domain name. And the reason why you are searching is because possibly others may have used it. So if others have used it, it's not going to work for you. it's not going to work for you. Like let me use Jumiam. Okay, let's use one of the ports, jumiam.com.ng. okay, let's use this one so you see the practical of what I'm saying. So it has finally finished loading. So as you can see, it's showing jumia.com.ng is unavailable, which means it's already existing. But then if we choose another one, jumia.org, okay, it's still not existing. Okay, let's try another one, jumia.app. okay, let's try jumia.app. Oh, it's still not existing. Or maybe one of the reasons why it's not existing is because Jumia is a big company, and they might likely be feeling this is a fraud part. Maybe you want to defraud them and the rest. So let me use my website, my personal website. Okay, so I have chrisdigitalz.com.ng here. So let's see how it is. So it is all available. So now let's try .com. So you see it is available, so which means nobody is using chrisdigitalz.com as it stands. So now once you get this information here, once you get this pump up here that is available, the next thing you do is to add to cart. And then once you add to cart, you're going to see continue over here. And continue. Now note, this is just a way of purchasing a domain name. We're still on the process of getting a domain name. So currently the domain name we've chosen is available, so we can continue with our work. Now once we get to this place, the reason why I love Host is that while trying to purchase your domain name, they give you access to purchase an hosting plan directly, so that you won't have to purchase a domain name separately and purchase an hosting plan separately. So you can just merge the two together and go do it directly. It's not like the other ones I introduced. Like Bluehost, you have to get your domain name first, and then before you start hosting it. But in Host, you don't have to undergo those stress. It's just one-way method. Just one-way method. So you see it here. You see no hosting. So you click here. And then another beautiful thing about Host is that they have a very cheap hosting plans, as you can see here. So we have the one of 1,000 naira, we have the one of 1,005, 28, 3, 5, and all of that. So they have a very cheap plan, so you can choose any of these. But before you choose them, let me give you the precaution of choosing any of these. First, you have to look through this listing, what they offer you for 1,000 naira hosting. Now if you look at it here, we have 6 gigabyte web space, which means that whatever data you are going to be giving to that website should not be more than 6 gigabyte web space. And then if you come down, you're going to see 10 subdomain, which means you can create other subdomain through this same hosting plan, and then you can add on 2 other websites through this same hosting plan. Then you have free .ng domain, and then free SSL certificate, unlimited email, unlimited database. So this is what they are offering you for this. And if you come here, you're going to see the 1,005, you're going to see 12 gig web space. And then if you come to the other, you're going to see 25 gig web space. And then if you come to this supreme one here, you're going to see unlimited web space. I guess this is juicy. unlimited web space. So the one you feel that is suitable for you is what you go for. Most times I love this particular one here. The reason is because it gives me access to start hosting other people's websites in my website. So I love this particular one here. But if the budget you have is not up to this, and if the information you want to upload on your website are not very much, you can choose any of the other series. So the choice is up to you. So we're going to go with one here. Let's just take this one just for the class. Okay, so it has finished loading. So you're going to see something like use a domain name already on the shopping cart. So which means that domain name we choose the first time is what we're going to use, which is already here. So you click on this use here. You're going to see use here. So click on this use. And once you click on that, it's going to pump up this for you. So you're going to see this choose a billing cycle, which means if it is 1 month you want to host it. If it is, I think this is a 3 months and this is 6 months, which is semi-annual. So if it is 1 month you want to host it, or for 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, you can choose any of them depending on your budget. So we're going to pick one out of it and then proceed. And this is going to pump up for you. Once this pump up, all you have to do is to continue. So this is it. So as hosting, so once you get this, and then you come here again and then you continue. Leave all of this is not important. So now we are almost done with our purchasing. Now if you are just logging into Google Host, you are not going to see it like this. It's not going to appear like this for you. Now at the bottom here, which is this particular place here, you're going to see a fresh registration form for you. It is because I'm already logged in, that's why I'm having this particular page. But once you fill in, the form is very simple to fill. The reason for the form is just to create an account with them, and from there you can be logging in anytime you have issues with your hosting or you want to renew your hosting plan. So for now we're just going to leave those informations, but if you are logging in for the first time, you're going to see that form, that particular form, and you're just going to fill it. The filling is very easy to follow by, and then once you fill it, you're going to see when you scroll down, you're going to see payment method here, and then you choose any of the one you feel you can use. Then you come down here and then check out. And then once you, okay, I think I did not accept terms and condition. Okay, it's here. So check out. So an invoice has been created for you here. An invoice has been created for you. So all you have to do is to click on pay. Let me see if there's anything done. No, there's nothing done. So just click on pay now, and this is going to pump out. So what you need to do here is, the beautiful thing about it is that you can use transfer method, you can use card and all of that. So depending on the one you want to use, either your transfer or card. So all you have to do is just to fill the information that are here, your card information, and then proceed to payment. Now immediately you proceed to payment. Once you proceed to payment, you are going to wait for like maybe 15 minutes, and then you start receiving emails. These emails, you're going to receive about 3 emails. First one is congratulating you for purchasing a domain name, and then the second one is I think the second one has to do with some of your informations, about the Google Host platform that you're hosting with. And then the third one, which is the last one that will come, has to do with your cPanel login details. Now in our next course, we're going to be talking about the cPanel details and how you can navigate through the cPanel. So once you receive that email, you're going to see your user ID for cPanel, and then you're going to see your password for cPanel. So all you have to do is just to copy them or follow the link that has been provided in that email, and then it's going to direct you to the cPanel, and then log in using the information, the user ID information and the password that has been generated for you. So once you log into the cPanel, you have to navigate through the cPanel and do whatever you want to do on that cPanel. So in the next course, like I said, we're going to be looking at the cPanel and how to navigate through them one after the other.